Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday night live stream for StudentLoanJustice.org. We are Student Loan Justice. We're the oldest and largest and pretty much only true grassroots group actually fighting for student loan justice. So, folks, I'm going to get right into it, folks. I'm going to get right into it. We are featured today, front page at the Business Insider, also on Yahoo News. Really good piece by Eilert Sheffy regarding one of our members who had her loans, believe it or not, actually canceled through the overhauled public service loan forgiveness program. So Lisa Ansel out in Los Angeles, thank you for stepping up. It was a really strong article. I'm thrilled that Lisa has been able to get her loans canceled. But the point of the article, if you read it, is that what Lisa said is, yeah, I got my loans canceled, but I'm not finishing until we get total justice for everybody. And that is so important. If you happen to get your loans canceled through public service, congratulations, but please don't pull the ladder up behind you. 500,000 people is like 1% of all student loan borrowers. So even if all those 500,000 people got their loans totally canceled, and they haven't yet, it's only about 30,000 up to this point. That's only 1% of all borrowers, folks. And so I'm thrilled that Lisa has said that. I'm even more thrilled that they mentioned our bankruptcy bill prominently in that article. Folks, the most important thing I'm going to say today, and this is going to be a very short live stream, we've got to get the threat of bankruptcy back before we're going to see any meaningful student loan cancellation. It's just kind of the way it works. The founding fathers felt that bankruptcy was so important, they called for it ahead of the power to declare war and raise an army. Right now, today, student loans are the only type of loan to be uniquely stripped of this very important protection. Nobody wants to file for bankruptcy. It's a terrible thing to have to do, folks. But right now, in the absence of bankruptcy, the only kind of student loan cancellation we're going to get is maybe this one-off thing that we saw with public service, tiny number of people. But what we're going to get is this like up to $50,000 nonsense from Elizabeth Warren. And I'm sorry, we don't hate Elizabeth Warren, but guys, up to $50,000 could mean anything. And it will mean almost nothing for almost everybody if the people, I would say the swamp people at the Department of Education, have their way. Only with the threat of bankruptcy back on our side are we going to see meaningful student loan cancellation. And I'm sorry to say that maybe, but it's true. It's the truth. We've been doing this for 16 years now. We've seen how this lending system acts, what they do, what they say, what they don't do, what they don't say. And we know that they play every trick in the book to not cancel loans. So there's a very good reason the founders called for bankruptcy in the Constitution. And this exception to their wisdom for student loans proves their wisdom in spades. So our bill, S2598, becomes so important. Last week, we were hitting Republican senators across the country trying to get co-sponsors for this bill. This week, I think we're just going to double down and keep doing that. So if you look down like here, I think you can see a spot where the link to our daily actions. It's at our website. Do those daily actions. There's the most recent action. I think there is a list of phone numbers for that they co-sponsor this bill, S2598. It is just so important, guys. This is the critical time. This could be the difference between getting some nonsense sound good, but it's going to be meaningless. With the threat of bankruptcy, all of a sudden the people in Washington, D.C. are going to be like, whoa, political you know, payback out of the deal. Quite frankly, I think it tends more towards the latter these days. But anyways, yeah. So whatever your political stripes, we have to push the senators right now. The bill could be passed this week if we pushed super hard. We've got over 1 million people on all our platforms now. That's a huge muscle to flex, but it only matters when you help us to flex it, folks. Hey, we have a comment here. Hey, Gordon, how's it going? Public service was a failure because bankruptcy defense was lacking. Yeah, that's right. And, you know, if this lending system is to even continue in the future, and quite frankly, I don't think it should. I sort of don't think it will. But if there are to be any federal student loans in the future, we've got to have the threat of bankruptcy on the table for the borrowers in order for the lenders to behave fairly. And when they have a loan forgiveness program, instead of having a 99% rejection rate, which is what we saw with public service and all the other forgiveness programs, we should see like at least a 90 or so percent success rate. Well, the threat of bankruptcy will make that happen, and way more than that. You know, bankruptcy is key to having any kind of a good faith lending arrangement. And that has been taken away, stripped uniquely from student loans. So yeah, guys, check out our website, studentloanjustice.org. Do our daily actions. If you're new to the group, by the way, welcome. We're glad that you found us. If you're new to the group, go and do the past like month or 2 months worth of our daily actions. They don't take a lot amount of time or effort at all. It's basically like Twitter stuff by and large. Like last week, this week, yeah, we're doing some phone calls, calling the Senate, and that's pretty rare. Most of the time, you can do our daily actions in like 10 or 15 seconds. It's like retweet this, retweet that. It's very easy to do. So we have a huge muscle, guys, but that will be meaningless unless everybody out there helps us to flex it. So, you know, we could have this problem solved in a couple of weeks if everybody who signed our petition, everybody on our group, everybody in all of our other platforms were to actually put in a minute or so a day helping us to flex this muscle. It's that simple, guys. Pressure, action, that's what we're all about. So I see a couple more comments here. Debbie remarks on the January 31st, the end of the repayment pause, January 31st, basically saying they have until January 31st to make some stuff happen. Oh, and I see Debbie has been one of our longtime warriors for the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Debbie has not yet seen her loans canceled. So, yeah, like I said, guys, I know we've seen a few examples of getting loans canceled, but I will believe it when I see it. I know, and Debbie knows, and many other people on this group have learned the hard way that the Department of Education is not a good actor, folks. They will do everything they can to slow walk stuff, to not do stuff, to lose paperwork, to do everything they can to not cancel student loans. So just because they say they will means almost nothing. I mean, look. At borrower defense. You know, even with the 500,000, didn't hope or expect that anybody else is going to pull your weight for you. It's never worked like that. It will never work like that. We've got to put all our own individual efforts in on this block. And this is the time, guys. I have never, ever, ever in our 16-year history we've never been in a better position to get these loans gone. But that starts with the return of bankruptcy protections. So anyways, guys, S2598 is just massively important. So please get on it. I'll leave it there at that. But please make it happen. These are your loans. This is your problem. I'm thrilled that you're here, and we really need your efforts. And you need everyone to step up like you and help. So be the change you want to make. We got this, guys. We got this. But only when we actually go out and get it. We've got to grab it. And you got to get your knuckles dirty a little bit. So anyways, it's fun to fight this fight, by the way, and it's getting funner by the day. I will paste the link to that article, by the way, the Business Insider article. Congratulations again to Lisa Ansell. Paste the link to that article everywhere that you can. That's another very good thing that we should be doing. It's a Sunday, so when stuff comes out on a Sunday, it tends to not get out very well in the national media in other places. So we got to fight a little bit harder, work a little bit harder to spread the word about this very good article. I will paste it in the comments below here on Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube or Twitter, I'll try and get it up there somewhere. But if you Google Business Insider and like ANSELL, that's Ansell, and like Public Service Loan Forgiveness, then you can probably find the article yourself. Maybe the last thing I'll say is if you can make a donation, please do it right at this time, folks. We need to raise like around $650 by the end of this week for expenses. We can survive and thrive on very, very, very nominal donations. But we can't do it on nothing, and we don't do deals with bad guys. We don't make money from secret handshake deals. We don't sell our members out. The only place that we get any of our funding is from normal people like you. So please donate if you can at the website, studentloanjustice.org. Okay, folks, I will leave it there at that. I will be back tomorrow. Oh, I see we have a couple more comments here. Gordon Wayne Wan says cancellation and bankruptcy are not mutually exclusive. That's a great point, Gordon. It's not bankruptcy versus loan cancellation. It's not. It's bankruptcy in order for student loan cancellation. And whatever, if you see any other so-called activists out there saying, no, we don't want bankruptcy, we want cancellation. That's just a badly premised sentence. And those people should be ashamed of themselves. You know, anybody who considers themselves to be a student loan activist should know, if they're going to call themselves that we are not going to get meaningful student loan cancellation until and unless the threat of bankruptcy is returned. They are not mutually exclusive. They are not competing. They are simpatico. And in fact, the one depends on the other. Hey, Dubuis says, would ED canceling debt be an executive order? Twitterverse focused on forgiveness and thinks bankruptcy conflicts with that. No. Student loans can and must be canceled administratively. So whether that's an executive order or it's the education secretary canceling loans, however that happens, is fine. Returning bankruptcy, we do need Congress for. We do need Congress to pass that law, S2598. However, the president can also order call it an executive order, or the secretary can order their contractors, most notably ECMC, to stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court. He could do this tomorrow, either Cardona or President Biden. So, but yeah, there's no conflict, guys. There's no conflict between, and by the way, we are quite suspicious of at least one of the groups out there in the zeitgeist. We think they may very well be connected to the student loan industry, like a fake grassroots operation, and they have fought against us on bankruptcy in the past. So I am very, very wary of these people. Don't listen to any of the nonsense. Any student loan activist trash talking bankruptcy either doesn't know what they're talking about, or they're actually working for the other side. Mark my words on that. So, okay, folks, I'll leave it there at that. Have a great week. Check back frequently going forward. The sausage is being made right now, and we need you. So if nothing else, just check back on our website every single day and look at those daily actions and do them. That's the least you could do. So, okay, folks, let's make this the strongest week ever for student loan justice. I'll be back tomorrow. Ed will be here on Tuesday. Good luck. Godspeed. God bless everybody.